allow the children.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo. My ego don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. My ego don't come, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, yo. My ego don't come, yo. Politico, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo. My ego don't come, yo. My people make we shut down, yo. My ego don't come, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, yo. My ego don't come, yo. My ego die the politico, yo. My ego don't come, yo. This one not the off in mind, yo. My ego don't come, yo. Person where they do even no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, yo. My egun don't come, yo. My people make you shout, yo. Mayegun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti de o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Remember, read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description as well. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends and tell them Mayegun is live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Martinelli, away yon Mayegun. Good evening to you.
Ani esunraki. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú esunraki. Mayegun ti dé. Ani esunraki. Mayegun ti dé.
And I know never begins a sentence. It always comes at the end of it. The Shege Banza, the Shege Pro Max, whatever you want to call it. I have been, been troubled with the noise of those who were shouting àwọn ló kàn, ẹ̀yin ló kàn, ìyà ló kàn. Ìwọ share broadcast yìí. Finally, for the second time, Kolu has admitted that Buhari bankrupted Nigeria. Call your uncles and aunties. Tell them, Mayegun today. All of you NYSC Cup members who helped them in, in truncating democracy, because that's what you have done, in case if you have no idea. All of you that were paid, those of you who were champions of a tribal supremacy, at the end of the day, every one of you is crying. Iwole deny, no wahala. Oju everybody ti bo. This is not even like Oju Emabo, Oju Womabo. Your face go peel. That one face go peel. People who wanted to see peeled faces, from those who tried to stop them from this calamity. Oju everybody ti bo finally. Ekun yin sese bere ni o. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú láti aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti òkúra olóṣèlú. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn láti. Ayé ẹ̀sùn láti. Motide. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. So if you are somebody of faith, I want you to close your eyes and say after me, to the Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, you too should close your eyes. You see this shaggy, it will favor you and your family, because normally, Nigerians were raised to be selfish to some extent. If something is not affecting you, even if thousands are falling beside you, as a Nigerian, you are kind of conditioned to pretend that they are not happening. But here is the point. When you talk about bad leadership, when you talk about state capture, nobody is spared. Nobody. I woke up this morning. Initially, I thought it was a dream when I saw a man stoning a billboard. What could have happened? What could have gone wrong? What went wrong? So many questions, Isha. Ashekonche dream. Jigawa lo ti happen. Take a look. Just calm down. Calm down. That is what you are going to face for the next 7.5 years. Everybody. You see that energy that old man was using to stone the billboard in just 6 months. By the time it gets to 2 years, it will only be if he managed to crawl and it's kind of have a stamina to crawl to that position. He won't have any strength to throw a stone because he be pasa. Now let's kind of take it a bit back. I said it on this platform that if all of you were to be honest with yourselves, whether you are for APC, PDP, Labour, or any other one, you probably fly their flag. If you want to be honest with yourselves, you would never, ever participate in a charade elections without Buhari and his gang of thieves answering for the crime they have committed against Nigeria. I was sounding like a broken record to the hearers of many of you. Nigeria has been bankrupted. Have you ever seen a country that printed 27 trillion naira of their own money, and the people, the next government that came in met an empty treasury? I said, those who were claiming to be running for president of Nigeria, for that your charade elections, if they all want to be honest, they would never run for a president of a country like Nigeria without a total clean-up, starting with the Buhari. It sounded like I was an alarmist. I just hated Buhari. Where are those of you Ashiris, Radarada, Dabimoshedas? Where are those of you Luri Brukus who spent 8 years defending Buhari? Now suddenly you want to, in order to defend the Tinubu, you are now going to agree that Buhari destroyed Nigeria. Tinubu inherited a bankrupted country as your excuse, then gaslight the people. Why Tinubu does the same thing? Where are you? We are coming back to you. Ribadu said that even though they are doing everything, to put Nigeria back on track, the fancy word, right? We are doing everything to put Nigeria back on track. But everything they are doing is to dip you further in the hole. And some of you are still kind of pretending that you are not seeing it. Well, if you can't see it, you will feel it. Another noise that woke me up around 10 a.m. this morning was from these people. Real life story.
Oúnjẹ 1,000 ọ̀tá láti rí káàkó 1,000 ẹ wo kókó sí lọ ẹgbẹ́ pẹ́pọ̀ tí ó sì wo àlẹ́kùtà mọ́ wọn ọtí kà má dìbò fún wọn mọ́ kọ́ gbàgbé ẹ̀.
ẹ̀yàn kí ló rọ̀ yín bàbá.
má béèrè orúkọ mi kí ló fẹ́ forúkọ mi.
bọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n inú ojú ìrọ̀lẹ́ iná gbé.
béèrè orúkọ mi fi mí lẹ̀ inú ojú ẹ̀ mo wà.
kọ́ bá aṣọ́jà ní kókó.
ẹ wo fi mí lẹ̀
wọ́n bá wa sọ́jà ní ẹ wo gbà yìí kà àti ìgbálẹ̀ láàárọ̀
ọjọ́
wo
kọ́kù ti pa ká má jẹun mọ́.
sọ́jà dọ̀tí àbọ̀ fi ṣèkà fún wa.
ṣọ̀kùnrin apá wọn ni.
ẹ wo gbogbo ojúwò yẹn.
fọ́bọ̀ ẹ̀mí fọ̀wẹ̀ fún kò bí fọ̀ wá jẹ́ ni. kò bí fọ̀ wá wàhálà
yìí fi ń pa wá.
àwa lọ́kàn ọ̀pọ̀ máa fi fọ̀ mí fún un.
kò
bí fọ̀ wá o kò bí fọ̀ wá. ojoojúmọ́ náà ti gbogbo ọjà wọ́n tún ti tojúwò yẹn kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ká má jẹun.
Ọlọ́run nìkan ló máa gbè wá níjà a lè máa kẹ́pẹ́ ó lè máa gbè wá níjà ìbínú Ọlọ́run máa dé ẹ má yẹ kí ìbínú Ọlọ́run dé bá wọn o jẹ́ tètè yí ọkọ yí padà sáwọn mẹ̀kúnnù bí ò sáwà kò sẹ́yìn bí ò sí àwa mẹ̀kúnnù kò sẹ́yìn ẹ má yẹ kí ìbínú Ọlọ́run dé o èdè yìí fi yí padà àwa ni àwọn èèyàn ojoojúmọ́ làwọn èèyàn ṣe ń kú kò dá o ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù o ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù o ẹ ṣàánú mẹ̀kúnnù o.
nísìnyí àwọn onígbàmíláńtà máa pariwo wa ojoojúmọ́ la máa ń sanwó wọlé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká rówó san báàbá dé bíbá àwọn ọmọ wo ìjà bẹ́ẹ̀ mi tẹ̀ ṣe wáyé ó fọ́ ni mímì lọ́kọ wọ́n dá pípé wọ́n fara ni mí ni torí nígbà tí wọ́n sọ lánàá báyìí wọ́n ṣe ni mo ń tọ̀ sára lẹni tó ń yàgbẹ́ ní lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta ni wọ́n yàgbẹ́ lánàá lásàlá kí ló dé ìnira ìpọ̀jù kan ṣàánú wa tó wá ń ti ọjà àkójá báyìí owó sùn wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ wọn kò ṣiṣẹ́ kò sí
lára ni wọn fẹ́fọ̀ wọn ni wá lára ni látijọ́ táláyé ti dáyàn.
It's true. In fairness, there are those indeed who know Tinubu and APC Egbekegbe, especially in Lagos. Even when they were using that same Lagos as a PR, he built Lagos, he fought Atlantic Ocean. The only man would stop the Atlantic Ocean from taking over Lagos. He created Lagos, and all of those who knows him very well, they waited and they felt like they could take back the pound of flesh from Tinubu. They did not vote for him. And that is why I am not going to use the general comments on the people who are complaining, who are crying and all that, except for those who actually say themselves that they followed Yoruba Lokan, Emi Lokan. Now they have realized that when they said Yoruba Lokan, here you get, they didn't mean you. No, whether you claim to be Yoruba or no, they were not referring to you. I told you that on this platform. Yorubas, especially in Lagos, they rejected Tinubu. Don't ever forget that. They rejected him. They said those who were Yorubas who failed to follow these criminals, they were called Omo Ali. Don't forget, there were Yorubas that were stopped as well, attacked, because they did not look Yoruba enough. Don't forget that to these Agberos, these criminals, so as they were shooting guns, they were threatening people in their communities. If you value your life and you are not voting for us, don't come out to last, see, in that same Lagos, see, they could only get 150,000 votes for Tinubu in the Lagos. Don't let any other story change that. Too. That's what happened though. 150,000 votes. And the Igbos that they kicked out, the Yorubas that didn't look Yorubas enough, they said if you smell good, if you look clean, that means you are not a Yoruba. This is Olori Buruku, poverty-stricken, or poverty, what do you call them? Poverty merchants. Call them poverty merchants. And Olori Buruku Mashanfani, because of trying to force Tinubu on you in February, Yorubas rejected them when they were busy chasing the Igbos and non-Yorubas from voting in Lagos. The Yorubas that voted, nearly 1 million of them, 950,000 Yorubas voted in Lagos, and they rejected Tinubu. That's the story. And that's why I don't want to use blanket statements on all of them. Okay? However, those of you who were sold Yoruba ló kàn. Those of you who called other Yorubas, Ọmọ àlè. Today, have you not realized that the Yorubas they were talking about is not you? It is them. That is their meal ticket. They scammed you. A lot of you who would not agree that you have been scammed, and you will pay for it. You will pay, even though innocent people are also going to pay. You will pay so dearly with broken, shattered hearts. But in that your shamelessness, you are going to continue to grandstand. You will blame the devil. You will blame the people. You will blame the weather. You will blame God. You will blame everything blamable. But guess what? Like Buhari did, they will don't let me use that. They will slowly and steadily destroy your lives. And it will get to a time you will no longer be able to to kind of keep quiet too. You see, 8 years of Buhari, they use systematically, criminally, to destroy Nigeria. But guess those who suffered it most? Northern Nigeria. They told them, he's a Muslim, he's a Fulani, he's a Northerner. The moment you have a Northerner, a Fulani, a Muslim, a jihadist in charge of Nigeria, Northern Nigeria will become safer, prosperous. People will be able to go about with their normal lives. Blah, 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 blah. It didn't take them much or long to discover that Fulani ló kàn. It wasn't about a Fulani. Northerner ló kàn. It's not about a Northerner. And then, he's a Muslim. It's not about being Muslim. You are deceived to fly those flags, and you have paid dearly. You will pay more. They are in Saudi Arabia lying to you that they are bringing billions and billions and billions and all those lies. There is nobody bringing billions to Nigeria. Nobody. Okay? Nobody is bringing any billions. No one will have their own hard-earned money and take it to Nigeria, where criminals, bagmen, drug dealers, money launderers, kidnappers are those in charge of the country, and then expect that your insurance or wherever you are coming from, they are going to give you a green light to go and put your money there. Nobody is coming to bring any money. Okay? The poverty is going to spread. It's going to spread to the point that you see all this discontentment you are seeing here and there. They are going to build up. Okay? They're going to build up. And eventually, it is going to collapse Tinubu's government. It is not wish. A lot of you are being told they are working. They are not doing anything that has to do with the recovery of the economy of Nigeria. If you didn't believe me before, and you are still not believing me, then maybe when you finally experience it is when you are, it will be too late, kind of, but you will eventually experience it, and I won't need to convince you anymore. He removed subsidy, and that was a lie. Remember, they found another name for it. Dollar subsidy. Nigeria's foreign reserve is empty. Do you even know what that means? That your foreign reserve is empty. Giant of Africa. And you think the world don't know? You think if you now bring enough dead, what do you call it? Senile, demented Kolu to begin to say, forget about corruption. Forget all that thing that you hear about, hope is here. Hope is here. Do you really think that is what the 21st century world requires, or 21st century leadership requires? Why, the same world is reading how the poor country, a beggarly country, a country that Tinubu called, forget about the giant with elephantiasis. You know what is elephantiasis? Look at, it's like an elephant's leg. Do you know how big elephant leg is and rough and all of that? Yeah. So if you have that, your leg so empty, so heavy, and then, sort of a swollen, you won't be able to walk, or you will not even be, you won't be able to walk well, or you will not be able to walk at all. So Tinubu telling investors, forget about the elephantiasis. And what is Nigeria's elephantiasis? The likes of Tinubu and the one that handed over to him, Buhari. Their corruption, the bankruptcy of a country, is the reason why the giant is no longer even working anymore. It is completely immobile, because it's got elephantiasis. The corruption that made it crippled, as a crippled giant right now, has now gone nuclear. Somebody that met empty treasury decided to go and borrow 800 billion naira that they will share to people. Out of the 800 billion, 240 billion of it was to buy cars and settle the new lawmakers who are homeless before becoming elected as lawmakers. So to provide them houses, to provide them cars from the borrowed money, 240 billion naira. Then what happened to the rest? Oh, it's going to be cash transfer to 11 million household, 25,000 naira for them. To this day, a lot of you have not even actually asked what happened to that 800 billion. Then they made another demand, 2.17 trillion. They needed a yacht. They also needed new cars, new office, new appeal courts, new, renovation of president lodges, and the rest of that. And when you put all of that together from borrowed money, that is not going into any economy, the same economy that is belly flat right now. And people are screaming, they are crying. We are suffering, we cannot eat, we cannot feed, but these criminals, in their heartlessness, they are still using borrowed money for their own luxury. They want a yacht. They want to maintain the presidential fleet. And hope is here. You have to work hard. You have to pray hard for the hope to come to you. And you are buying it. You are buying that. They brought criminals that are just doing the same bidding of the people that bankrupted Nigeria. Buhari bankrupted Nigeria. If you don't understand what that means, it is bigger than treason. I'll give you examples. So, for those who probably have no contextual picture of what this means, bankrupt Nigeria. How, Mayegu? I tell you, it was like a free for all, where everyone put in different plugs, and the effort is what? Is to take as much as they can, and they did. Buhari borrowed money, 150 billion US dollars, and a lot of the people don't even know how that disappeared from Nigeria economy. And the government of Nigeria Who knows Nigerians are going to pay that debt for tens of years to come. Some of them, Nigerians will pay for 87 years repayments. But because it is a cesspool of corruption, apart from the one they borrowed and they looted, the source of revenue for Nigeria, they put a total plug on it. And that plug is not a plug of those who are stealing it. It is the plug that Nigeria have no access to the revenue from their resources anymore. Do you know that that's actually happened in Nigeria for years? Usually, Nigerians were kind of accustomed to knowing how much crude oil that are produced in Nigeria and sold every day, every week and month. And Nigerians could put 1 and 2 together. What is the sales price? And how much oil production happened in Nigeria? Under APC, Nigerians did not only lose the track of how much crude oil they were pumping from their country, and how much of such is being sold, and where is the money? Nigerians were completely blank, it's completely like a blanked out. They opened the door for oil thieves who were bringing in vessels after vessels, taking over 700,000 barrels of crude oil from Nigeria every day. And Nigeria's production dropped drastically from 2 million barrels a day to a paltry 700,000, 800,000 a day. And the criminals in Nigeria who did that to Nigeria, they didn't raise the alarm. They were not perturbed. You know what? Because they could print money. So instead of the rest of Nigeria to feel the shock of the monumental fleecing and stealing going on, they continue to borrow money and print money as long as they can share the money to the states. The noise and the effect will not really be felt. Will not be felt. Now, to make it worse, as if to say the people of Nigeria really did something terrible to these criminals. This is the worst of the worst, and you haven't seen anything yet. Sure, you get to make it worse when they share the money, whether it is borrowed or printed. The moment the money landed on the lap of the states, the criminal governors, 36 of them, they quickly convert the money to any forex they can see and jump on the next available private jets out of Nigeria. Then they will be sending photos and pictures to their people back in Nigeria that they are doing meeting, investors meeting, people coming to come and invest in their states, not knowing that they are actually processing the money they took away from your country, from their states. Money laundering at the highest scale. They were not going after the thieves. They were given complete free hands. DSS, EFCC, the police, the NIA, the DIA, and some other funny names they give to themselves. Okay? They looked away. While these guys amassed so much wealth that belonged to the Nigerian people, which has now made them, they have now kind of become people who have now posed a serious danger. If they care, these guys have so much money that they can topple any government in Nigeria. They can create terrorism in any part of Nigeria. They have so much money that they can continue to ruin Nigeria economy. Now, I am not in government. And I don't think, with all I think I know, outside their criminal enterprise called government, if I spend a day or two, I can draw lists of criminals who are actually meant to be charged for treason and for the hardship that all of you are suffering today. What they have done is a crime against humanity. They took everything in 8 years. I was here shouting, screaming, exposing them that all of their actions are ruining lives, especially the lives of children. I was screaming here every day. Indeed, because of their actions, and this is why you should consider this as a crime against humanity, that Nigerians should ordinarily, if there is any one of them who really care, I know they don't, I'm just saying, if they ever cared, right? It won't take them a week to draw a list of the criminals that sabotaged Nigeria, put Nigeria in this situation. Not only would they spend the rest of their lives in jail, for those that won't face death by firing squad, death sentence, like those who are going to spend the rest of their life in jail and all those charges that will come after them, right? They will lose everything that is indeed linked to them, everything. And that will show that indeed they want to come and give you hope and rescue you. Sure, you understand now, but they are not coming to rescue you. They are coming to bury you. And you don't need to believe me. You will cry out. I will get your video and I will use it just like this to remind everyone who still believe they need to pray hard. All of you, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, all of you are the fascist rogues who think this is going to be a bad dream. You are going to wake up one morning and Nigeria is going to be so great. In your illusion and your deluded mind, right? When you cry out, I will be here.
Ẹja tààrà di 30,000, ó di 70,000, kó tẹ 15,000, ó di 40,000. Ẹ ṣàánú, ebi ń pa wá, ẹ má ní wá lára. A lè jáde, a lè jẹun o. A ti wà nulẹ̀, ẹja ìdọ̀dà tàtà fi rán ọmọ ní skúlù. A lè rán ọmọ skúlù, bá a lè jó, a lè wá sọ́jà mọ́, a lè jẹun. Ẹ ṣàánú, ẹ má ní wá lára, ara ní wá o. Ara ní aráàlú, ẹ ṣàánú, ẹ bá fara ní wá o. Ẹ bá sọ gbogbo èdè rọ o. Ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí kò dáa fún wa o. Ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òlú lára ni. Ọ̀tẹ̀ yìí ó ní gbogbo òlú lára, ẹ má ní wá lára. Ẹ má fara ní wá, ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, ilé làwọn àlè jáde, àlè jẹun. Àròwó tajà, àròwó jẹun. Gbogbo tẹ́ ṣe fún wa ó ní gbogbo òlú lára. Ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Tinubu, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Ìjọba Èkó yìí náà ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, a ti dìbò fún yín. Kò yẹ kó ẹ wá ṣe báyìí fún wa. Sanwó-Olú ẹ ṣàánú wa, ti dìbò fún yín. Gbogbo tẹ́ sọ kọ́dẹ̀ padà wá ń ṣe yìí. Ẹni wá lára ni, ẹni ẹ máa dùn aráàlú dùn ẹ̀dùnwánú. Ẹja ta fi ṣe gbàjọ́, ta fi rán wọn léwe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rán wọn léwe mọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rán oúnjẹ jẹ, ẹ ṣàánú wa. Ẹ ṣíjú àánú wa, ẹ má ní wá lára, ara ní aráàlú. Gbogbo tó lè jẹ ara ni wọ́n. Àwọn tàtà ara ni wọ́n, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Ẹ ṣàánú wa, Sanwó-Olú, Tinubu, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. A ti dìbò fún ẹ wá wọlé tán. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ wá nà ọmọ Yorùbá ara ní lára jẹ́. Ẹ ṣe jẹ́ kí Ìgbò wọlé. Tí Ìgbò bá wọlé kò ní rí báyìí. Ṣèbí ẹ̀dá ilẹ̀ bá ṣe kí lè ṣe kankan. Ẹ ní kankan ṣe fún ẹni wá lára ni. Èmi lọ́kàn. Ṣé ó ti kàn yín sí i? Tẹjọ́ mi Èkó. Ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún wa, ẹni wá lára ni. Ẹ ṣe dáadáa fún ara ni wá, àrùn jẹjẹ. Tábàtajà kan pójó, gbèsè ti pọ̀ ju o. Gbèsè pọ̀ ju, ẹ ṣàánú wa, ẹ ṣàánú aráàlú o. Ebi ń pa wá, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Tábàtajà kan pójú owó, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Láṣẹ kẹ́ wá báyìí kẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ mú tiwa rò, ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tiwa rò. Ẹ̀sùn kẹ́rù tẹ ẹlẹ́jọ́ Ìgbòho sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ mú tiwa rò, ẹ ṣàánú wa o. Ẹ ṣàánú wa fún.
Kò sáànú, there is no àánú wa. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ ṣàánú wa. You understand? These people have shown to you that they don't have empathy or sympathy or anything at all. You understand? They can only emotionally gaslight you, especially those who are willing to as well. That is even worse. Emma J. Kinikon Yani. Listen to me very well, oh. For those of you who survived Buhari's 8 years, and you are living in denial of what really happened, Shori, by the time it gets to a year, and let's say 2 years, some of you, if you have not run away from Nigeria, listen to me very well. If you have not run away, some of you will be advertising your children for sale. And I'm not wishing, see, not because I'm wishing it on you. I am asking you to take a look at them. And if you don't have, because of hunger, you cannot reason well, you cannot see clearly. Shebi, you dey hear me? I am doing that reasoning and then speaking for you. So it's just a voice now that lets you know, let me let you know this, okay? Politics is not a game. For those of you, the Ronu Nazis, those of you who are screaming, Yoruba Lokon, this one Lokon, that one Lokon. I mean, right now, I believe some of you are beginning to understand that. When it comes to the consequences of their actions, see, you are not spared, though. So, Yoruba Lokon, it is, I mean, some of you are so surprised and shocked. And I'm surprised that you are surprised. Your shock is shocking me. That you are surprised that they are no longer responding or they are no longer doing what they told you they would do is surprising. Your surprise is surprising me. But here is something. You see these rogues, by the time things get to, let's say, middle of 2024, then the end of 2024, okay, for those who are still alive then, okay, a lot of you will wish that the Buhari that you wanted gone, you will pray may he come back. Ribadu said, Nigeria is bankrupt. He is not lying. But Nigeria's bankruptcy is man-made. What is their intention? To arrest those that did all of this to you. There is no plan of arresting them, which means there is no reprieve coming your way. It is going to be worse and worse. And if this one is in any way triggering you and making you feel somehow, I am not sorry, but it is true. Take a listen. Tinubu and gang, who have been in that same government, be in power for 6 months, they cannot lie to you that they don't know where Nigeria's money is currently. They cannot tell you that. The reason why they will not go after the money is because if they try it, those people have enough money to what? To truncate his government. The threat to Tinubu's illegitimate government is, in fact, domicile inside the same APC. Egbekegbe. That's the big threat. Now, telling all of you to pay for that, their own corruption is now going to be up to you. How long do you think you'll be able to pay it before you give up? In, what do you call it? So they said subsidy was gone. They have the true picture of what Nigeria is right now. But they don't give a damn. And that is why, after deceiving you, especially some of you who are older people, after you bought the deceit that they were going to give your children student loan, they removed free education or free tuition from your universities. Abi, after removing that, they increased the school fees. And a lot of you who are already pressed under their economic policies, you started screaming out. Ah, hey, oh, a lot of people are going to have to drop out of school. Oh, yes, you would have to. Your children will have to drop out of school. Some of you would have to drop out of school. Absolutely. And in fact, many of you would have to drop out of school. Abi, for those who went, what happened? Are they not already burning their certificate? Because it is worthless. They are creating a country that even your certificate is as worthless as Nigeria Naira. So now, they beat up the NLC chairman, president. Now, it's beginning to make sense, okay? Some of those who are now championing their support for NLC strike, in an economy that is already down, like, they say, you're not supposed to kick a dying horse. Something that is already like dying. You see, go there, they kick them, they do like that. No, that is cruel. I mean, it's cruel, kind of. Nigeria is completely down. APC, they have slit the wrist of Nigeria, slit the throat. Nigeria has already, lost so much blood, bleeding out. Sure, you get economically, security-wise, gone. Abi? So what is left of Nigeria? So the NLC, who felt like, although Nigeria has become more lawless, far lawless than anyone can imagine, and their own president was beaten blue-blacky by the federal agents because of APC, Egbekebe's effort in winning an election in a state. So they have decided, okay, they are going to shut the country down more, make the country bleed to death. The people who are already struggling, some people are figuring out how they are going to pay the tuition of their children and all that. Well, more of the, what do you call it, all this workers' union and all of them are joining. Now I have just read that ASUU, they are also declaring their support for NLC. Their own is not just because they beat the president of NLC. Their own is because they have received a circular from Tinubu's government that all institutions in Nigeria, they will be paying 40% from their earnings. Oh yeah. Make I explain them for you, make you understand. To those of you who are complaining that your school fees, school fees of your children jumped by 200, 300, 400%. Imagine somebody paying 25,000 naira, then they have to pay 240,000 naira school fees. In a jagun, taswedi. Share you see that jump, 25,000 to 250,000. 25,000 times 10. That will not be 1,000% increase. So you are still complaining and all of that. Tinubu that removed support and funding for schools in Nigeria. The one that said, listen, they can no longer fund. I don't know if you know that. Oh. Do you know that Tinubu's APC, they said they can no longer fund education? Even though they are promising you free education. Abi, she won't promising. Can you even remember? Did they promise you free education? I think they did. They promised you free education. But some of you are not even asking anymore. You are too hungry and too scared of what tomorrow is going to look like for you to even remember that they promised your children free education to university level. But they said the free education is that you get student loan. Abi? 1,000% increase. So forget about free education now. So they can no longer fund education. Do you even know that? Do you know that? They can no longer fund it. They have no money. That's the agreement they made with ASUU. The ASUU university will need to source for funding themselves. And what does that mean? You need to charge your student more money. We can no longer give you money. Nigeria is broke. There is no money to fund education. But they have enough money. 1.1 trillion naira to buy cars, to buy yacht, to build house, to build office, to renovate house for themselves, to provide security for Tinubu and shitty man. But there's no money for education. So schools would have to go and source for it. And if you remember this,
We reduce the purchasing power of the people. We can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do in the country. Instead,
yes, Ajiwaju, on your mandate we shall start. On your mandate we shall be. On your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, we shall shout. People where they stand on mandate, leg down the shake. They say leg down the pain them. Stand on the mandate, now people where chop they stand. Majority down they sit down now. And the last energy in them, they are using it to scream. Let us widen the tax nets. Those who are not paying now, let them pay more. See, your schools that increase your school fees from Unilag to UNN, share you get from what it be that one again? From ASUU, Ahmadu Bello University, Abu, to Ekiti State University. It doesn't matter where your university is, whether na state or be federal, it doesn't really matter. What happened now is that you will pay school fees that even your generation, your ancestors see, then go they shake inside their graves. You know what that means? Like ancestors go be like, waiting my descendants do you people like this that you decided to just like, because our ancestors ain't gonna feel for you. Because what happened right now is that Kolu is asking the universities, education in Nigeria to pay 40%. And from what they are collecting from you now, sure you understand they will be writing budget. Listen to this one, listen to this camo. In 2024, you are going to see budget for education. And they are going to tell you, under Tinubu, they have increased the spending on education. It is the first time in history of Nigeria. But guess what that money is meant for? It is meant for those who are working in the ministry. Contractors, minister, their family members. That budget allocation for education is for them. It's not for your children. It's not for your wards. Don't just forget it. You will pay for your own. You will pay. You will see 300 billion naira for education, higher education, primary education. You will read everything in their budget. She is not coming to any education and you go pay. Because that same criminals, you see that 300 billion, 400 billion for education that you are going to see in their budget, that 400 billion, something you are going to see, it is going to come from you. 40% taxes for all universities in Nigeria, private and then government. Joke you. If you are already part of ASUU or you are a lecturer that is helping them to rig election, you better continue. May God continue to give you strength, to continue to help them rig. I told you I'm not wishing it on you. I wish you what you wish yourself. And let me tell you something. They say agidi or stubbornness, if you break bottle. Red eye, fire eye, smoke eye. You know feel light cigarette. You can look at me with all the rage in your mind right now. You can look at me with all of the anger in you. You can wish anything, whatever you want. But listen to me very carefully. You are going to face what you have never faced before in your lives. If you manage to escape, to live to tell this story, Baba, you will remember my voice. What they are going to do to you. 40% in it, whether you are your parents who took you to private university, they go collect. Where you they go Bells University, 2.5 million naira. Abi, you they go Atiku University, 3 million naira. You they go Dati University for Abuja, 1.8 million naira. Your parents they pay Abi, they go soon give you your own bill too, because your university will need to pay 40%. So because of that, poor people, let the poor breathe. Let the poor breathe. Baba, ekpa poor dano. Because poor self no get sense in this case, Abi.
Let the poor breathe. Don't suffocate them. We have that responsibility.
Turn it about. I mean, like, you know, sort of turn it around. Don't let the poor breathe. We must suffocate them. At least we hold that. We hold them that lesson. We go teach you a lesson. Some people are even laughing at now. Like, people will talk say they won't teach Peter Obi a lesson. Those who come onto Mayegun's diary political that Mayegun continue to cry. Now, so you go cry for 8 years. Unfortunately, now their cries are con they use. They teach people. Say, I will wish you what you wish yourself. Alpha, what do you say, sir?
Flush you under. Nígbà tí wọ́n tó jọ́dọ̀ tó rọ́wọ́ náà mọ́, bàbá Gbàjàmí Àmìlà gan tó ń gara ṣe náà. Ìwọ́n jọ́dọ̀ ọ̀kápá lẹ̀ sọ pé ebi ọlọ́run má fẹ́ bí hàn án lè mọ̀ tán. Ọlọ́run kó ṣe kí ni kó flush. Ebi yìí ti pọ̀ jù, ìnira yìí pọ̀, ọlọ́run mọ́sà là wá ń bẹ̀. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni ọba lóhùn ó fa ìnira mú gbogbo àwa mẹ̀kúnnù Nàìjíríà, ọlọ́run mọ́sà bá wa kú bí èlùbọ́. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Everyone that is making life hell for us, the poor people, God, flush them away. Chungba, flush it up. Pompuni. You that is a young person, look at your life today. You cannot live a standard better life because you are poor. Look at this old man. That's what he was saying in that video. He said, look at this old man. Baba Gbàjàmí Àmìlà is an old man. He can still kind of walk good because he's cool. But look at you, young person. You are suffering. You cannot dip your hand in your pocket and bring out any penny. You are poor, broke. So, what does that mean, So God should come and fight for you and flush you one down. Flush you one call. Pump one knee. When you are ready, God is not coming to flush anybody. Now go flush them yourselves. And that is one open secret, too. And I will continue to remind you, nobody is coming to flush anybody. Okay? They will take everything they can from you. And they will tell you, it is your fault. Was it not the same jobless, unproductive Buhari that called you lazy? And today, are you not displaying that already? I'll show you something. From Bayelsa, before I go to Bayelsa, this one is somebody who is trying to show to you that Nigeria is gone and gone for good. Sure, you understand? So it's either you are ready to free yourselves or you go prepare yourself and cry like that for another 8 years. Una just do 6 months. Trust me. Oh, my long gone. Listen to this.
I am on the IRF portal for Kogi governorship election 2023, and as at this moment, we have 3,290 polling unit results already uploaded out of 3,508, which is approximately 94%. This is Okene local government page. And Bariki Ward 01. Let's go to the polling units. Polling units. I click here. Yeah, we have 43 polling units. So water tank area, Idiche 1. Let's open it and see what's going on there. 141 on the IRF accredited voters. You can see 141. 141. And on the paper here, what can we see? 500 accredited. But on the system, it's just showing 141. Then let's see the votes. You can know the person that did this already. APC 400. Then the other political parties have 55555. 55555. Okay, that is one. That's one word. Let's close this and then check the other one. Open space behind Oniya Medical Clinic. Let's click it. You can see 128 accredited voters on the system. And on their paper, you can see 512. 512. Then the APC got what? 507. That's a difference of about 500%. That's really large. Let's go back again. Here we have 100 accredited. Here, let's click it. That's revenue office area. Here again, you can still see clearly 100 accredited voters. Then here, let's see what they did here. They put 570 accredited. They put 600 before and removed it. Maybe their calculation was wrong. 570. Then let's see what they shared for themselves. APC 550. Then the other parties 555 and 0, and the rest. This is actually what they did in the whole of Kogi Central. Okene, Okehi, Adavi, Ajakuta, Ogorimangogo, and the environment. That was what they did. As you can see, everything is just the same thing. If you leave this page now, go to another word. It's not like they just did it for one word. Let's go to this Ututu word, which is already completed. Ututu word, 20 polling units. The open space Malamomo area. Accredited voter 158. 158. So if you open it, let's see, it will still show you 158 here. Still 158 on the IRF, on the Beavers. But here you can see 200. And I am on the...
So that is a place where you think there are normal people in charge of your elections and government. A place where they will tell you to go to court. And if you go to court, the court will tell you you have no evidence. I mean, Nigeria court find NYSC, National Youth Service Corps, the mandatory 1 year National Youth Service Corps, right? NYSC. They find the agency for saying they did not issue a certificate to the governor of Enugu. The governor of Enugu presented fake NYSC certificates, and it was caught. You know what he did? He went to court and told court, the court should give him an order that will stop NYSC from testifying at the election tribunal that the certificate is parading. It's not from them. And the court in Nigeria granted that prayer. The court said NYSC must not go to the tribunal to testify that the certificate, the fake certificate the guy presented, was not from them. Well, they went anyway. So the guy went back to the court and said, NYSC has violated your order. They still went to the tribunal to say they did not give me that certificate. You know what the court did? The court now awarded 5 million naira fine against NYSC, then barred them from saying they did not issue the certificates when there is no record of the guy passing through the scheme. And the agency said, the head of the agency said, we don't have the record of him. The court of Nigeria said, make the record for him. He's presented a certificate. You should find, you should just put it on your record like that. It's original. And if you ever say it didn't go, it didn't attend that scheme, right? That's going to be a big problem for NYSC. But for now, pay him 5 million naira for emotional damages. That's the country you're going to say to go to court. Listen to this guy. This one is from a Bayelsa. Speaking from experience, speaking from coming back from your experience, Abi. That is the country they are telling you. Because they will tell you, you are just a sore loser. It's because you don't know politics. It is because you are just, you can never win anyway. How do you expect to win against these people? What do you know what I mean? They will put all of that on you, gaslight you. In order to make a perfect asylum that they are building, the concentration camp, the contraption. Listen to this guy.
It made it difficult for voters to even collect their money and still vote their conscience. Each polling unit was clustered by agents of the government who gave voters tags, ensured they turned their ballot papers to show the thumb-printed party, compelled them to write their names before payment was done. Officials of the INEC and security agencies at the polling units were all compromised to look the other way. They were all bought over to do the bidding of the government and its party, the PDP. I have no regrets. I am happy I ran for this election because it afforded me the opportunity to go around all the creeks, hamlets, communities to see the suffering of our people and the endemic poverty ravaging them. It allowed me to further appreciate the beauty, untapped potentials, and the wealth of my Bayelsa state. It gave me many ideas of what should be done to elevate Bayelsa and emancipate our people from the shackles of poverty. I thank the people of Bayelsa for their support and commend those who defied the intimidation and rejected the inducement to vote for me. I actually won this election because I won the valid votes cast. They are the real heroes of this election, and their votes are the authentic and valid votes cast. Therefore, I was expecting that INEC would have declared me with Exeradiri as the winner of this election because the valid votes in this election was voted for the Labour Party and its candidate Banks Eradiri. I wonder why INEC cannot enforce its rules to ensure credible elections in this country. There was intimidation and harassment of voters, violence, bypass of the beavers, amongst other irregularities, which have vitiated whatever result they announced at the collation center. I call on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, to probe all electoral officers that participated in the election. Most of them are the reason for the rampant voter inducement in our country's election. In fact, INEC staffs have agents that go around candidates to say, we can do this, we can do that, we can bypass the beavers, we can do this if you can pay like this, like that. And if before the election their agents were everywhere, how low can we get to the point where our electoral process will be on the table of buying and selling? The commission should investigate the massive monetary inducement that occurred in.
You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. You don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast.
Last. Now everybody go chop breakfast. The guy is there is talking about him having the only valid vote and all of that. They will laugh at him. Some of you were even laughing at him like, oh yeah, share you the wine or cine. Because it is a charade. I was saying something earlier. There was this sort of a part of someone's opinion article, and I cropped that, and I'm going to read it back to you. Kolu, know those who have put Nigeria in this situation, and it's going to put you in a worse one. He never won. Now, when somebody said we shouldn't really blame the people who are crying out and all of that, because they may never really, they may probably never voted for him. In northern Nigeria, where they manufactured numbers for him, somewhere that the real thieves, the criminals, who put Nigeria in this situation currently resides, he dare not poke the bear. But here is one. He said, in my considered opinion, Tinubu did not win the presidential election. The first result came in from the southwest, his supposed political stronghold. He performed poorly, which is true, winning only 2.3 million votes, just 53.6% of the total valid votes, which is mostly rigged. He lost Lagos and Osun State, only won Ekiti and Oyo State with the help of PDP renegades, led by former Governor Fayose and Seyi Makinde. Now, then the north results came in. So he lost Kano, lost Kaduna, and Katsina. Okay. Then, despite his pernicious Muslim tickets, he won only one of the 6 states in Northeast. Do you know that, Cha? That Tinubu and his gang, despite their Muslim tickets, even in the core Sharia North, because they didn't see him as a Muslim. Probably they even saw him as a pure, what do you call it, disaster too. He only won 1 state there. Just so you probably need to remember. His Muslim running mate geopolitical zone. So this was a Northeast. In all, he won only 6 of the 19 northern states. Only 6. Atiku and Obi won the rest, which is true, right? They said the 5.6 million votes attributed to him from the north certainly lacked authenticity. They are fake, fictitious number. Sure you get. Anyway, furthermore, he had just 927,327 votes in the south and southeast combined. He was losing the election, or it was tending towards a rerun. Then INEC struck. The Beavers, IREF technology that worked perfectly for the National Assembly polls the same day suddenly failed for the presidential election. The rest is history. You see that part, eh? And when you see people who say Tinubu is not their president, you can say they are crying. They are not crying. They are being honest and being factual. And they have every right to say it. Okay? He never won any election. I mean, when I was growing up, when we used to watch Nollywood, when the Yoruba Nollywood used to mess up with our brains, there are a few things that we didn't kind of, or that I didn't sort of forget. Things like when you have a criminal that imposes himself as a king, using every dubious means, either by bribing the kingmakers or killing the supporters as well as the supposed, the right person to the throne. What will end up in that community is dictatorship, where the people are going to be forced to like him, forced to respect him, but they still won't. Then there will be rebellion, where eventually it's either evil things will begin to happen. People, for example, people may just start dying of unexplained diseases or whatever. You see, some of you probably watched that when you were growing up too. A depiction of what evil is and the effect of an evil leader, and then what good is, and the effect of the people choosing a leader, you know, when the evil come, they know that they were not in any way elected or chosen. They forced themselves, used all the trick in the book. They are not prepared for leadership or prepared for the betterment of the people. They are mostly going to be on, you know, revenge voyage. They are going to be concerned about people who are always going to question their legitimacy, who are never going to obey them. People, they will feel like every time you try to ask them question, you are challenging them because they are scared of losing that power. Nobody chose them. So before you know it, everywhere is hard. People are complaining. People are dying. And in that same process, people are being arrested. Some people are going to be sent to exile and all of that because you never chose them. They will mess up your economy. They will think about themselves only, which is what the clear picture of these criminals as it is. They were never chosen. For the record, the criminals that brought these criminals into power, all of them can only be purged by the people who believe that they never chose them. You know, when you choose your leaders and there is time for you to make sacrifices, a lot of you will see the genuinity, the commitment on the part of that leader. Okay? The sacrifices they are also making, things that you know normally, where would be like you couldn't really question. They are letting them go. And they're asking you to do the same, no matter how little or how much you can. Sure, you understand? They are compassionate. They have empathy. They think all their policies through. They think about the lives that these things are going to affect, positively and negatively, the pros and cons, before they finally come out to say, we are doing this. That is compassionate leadership, chosen by the people. When you don't choose them, I mean, I think there is even a part or a sort of a verse in the Bible that says that when the righteous rules, the people rejoice. And when the evil people rules, what do you call that? The unrighteous, when they rule, the people cries in agony. So that is exactly what this Tinubu and his gang represents. They will tell you one thing and do the other thing. But in the long run, nobody go tells you. So if you are still one of those who are indeed looking for excuses for them, calling people their enemies and all that, enjoy it until you become a victim too. Trust me, there's a lady here. I want you to listen to this.
I want to give you a list of people that thunder will fire explicitly in this country as we speak. People that thunder will explicitly fire without mercy. Number one, all those ethnic bigots who thought the election was a tribal thing. Thunder will fire you people. Two, all those people that were shouting Emilio Con, that now, they are now complaining. Thunder will fire you. Yeah. Number three, those people who supported removal of subsidy, who said it wasn't okay, the economy is going to balance, 500 is okay, this one, that one, but are crying more than people who were crying then. You know, go better for una. Thunder go fire una. Thunder go fire all of una. Where they cry now, pass the bereaved. Now una they talk, say everything they okay. Una papa know what thing they do. But all of a sudden now una cry pass. Thunder go fire una. Then the last set of people, now those people wait upon everything when they suffer. Upon all the suffer, they see they shout, it's well, our government is going better, it's better. Thunder go fire all of una. You know why? Because you people love your chains. You love your chains. You are chained and you love it. Thunder will fire all of una from beginning to end. Everybody will make sure say this government enter. Thunder go fire all of una from the crown of una head to the sole of una feet. Say amen before a better thunder go still on fire on top. See as them be. Una go shout tire. That's why.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. àmọ́ ìbò sọ pressure ti wà bá sọ Yorùbá ẹ wo gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí pressure ti wà èyìnbó kò ṣe sọ sẹ́yìn ìlú lé ẹ fún alówó wa ànówó ẹ wá sọ wá di lazy youth náà.
ẹ sọ yín di lazy youth. I am not here, right, to give you hope is here. I am not kind of sitting down here. I've never sat here to tell you there is going to be any light after the tunnel. I am also not going to sit down here to make you believe that you are the leaders of tomorrow. Listen to me. All those lies, if you are old enough right now and you have your brain intact, you don't need anybody to tell you that you've been deceived. You are not a leader of any tomorrow because there is no tomorrow. Do you get that now? That's number one. Number two, there is no light after any tunnel. If you agree right now that Nigeria is in a very dark place and dark tunnel, and you turn yourself to prayer warriors or a unity beggar, listen to me. I said it 2 days ago, and you may not believe, whether you want to believe it or not, it doesn't even matter. See, I don't go to the future. I am from the future. Sure, you understand now? If I tell you waiting day 2027, I swear, you no go one born any pikin as person will go still in Nigeria. There is no light after any tunnel. All our people where we send into the tunnel to go and check, they talk say, Baba, the tunnel is still the tunnel one. They have already removed the bulb, the power, and everything there. There is nothing. And me, Mayegun, from the future, I am telling you, I have been to 2027. And waiting I see for 2027. Baba, if you will listen to me, if you don't have any concrete plan, I need and beg you. No go born, no go impregnate somebody's daughter. No go do one marriage that you think that sure you get from the future the gun, whatever you are going through right now. By 2027, some of you who are still going to be alive, that time you would have turned to preachers. My son, I have a message for you. I want you to always listen to Mayegun. I pray you will live longer. Don't listen to people like us. Listen to Mayegun. That guy he has always been to the future. In 2023 to be precise, my son, this guy traveled to the future. He told us that apart from the fact that the major markets in Nigeria are not going to be in the hands of Nigerians anymore. He told us that many people are beginning to speak in some foreign language that nobody knows. It's like they have colonized them again. And people are learning how to speak Mandarin, Chinese. I've told you that one before. We did not believe him. We thought he was just being an enemy of our criminal leaders. Look at us today. I am just 48. I'm not too old, my son, but see what Nigeria turned me to. I have aged like I'm 88. I have been to that future. You can laugh for all you care. And it is not wishing you anything. I'm just telling you, alerting you. If you like, sit down there. If you like, continue to justify the fact that the people they intentionally impoverished, they did so that they can use them for future validation. And that's why some people said, but I know they cry for these people, Jare. I understand you. Who go cry for people who sometimes they get carried away and they get trapped in it like this.
Tí o bá fẹ́ ra oúnjẹ bá mú 1,000 dání wọlé tẹ́lá ó bá jẹun àárọ̀ ó lè jẹ́ kó yó oúnjẹ 1,000 wọ́n tẹ́lá ìdíríkà kan 1,000 ẹ wo kó sì lọ ẹ bá pẹ́ pò tí ò sì wo á lẹ̀kúta mọ́ wọn wọ́n ti kà má dìbò fún wọn mọ́ kọ́ gbàgbé ẹ̀.
ẹ̀yẹ̀ kí ló rọ̀ yín bàbá.
má béèrè orúkọ mi kí ló fẹ́ forúkọ mi.
bọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n inú ojú ìrọ̀lẹ́ iná gbé.
béèrè orúkọ mi fi mí lẹ̀ inú ojú ẹ̀ mo wà.
kọ́ bá a ṣọ́jà ní kókó.
ẹ wo fi mí lẹ̀.
wọ́n bá wa sọ́jà ni ẹ wo gbà yín kà àti ìgbálẹ̀ láàárọ̀.
Opo. You know what Opo means? Opo means widows. Women who have lost their husbands. But do you know the rate at which men are dying in Nigeria today? If the rate at which men are dying in Nigeria today is actually being focused on and reported, you will realize that there is a pandemic of that in Nigeria. A lot of men, you know us now. The reason why some of us are living as men, is to be able to provide for our families, is to be able to protect our families, and the rest of that. Now, when they take away all of your economic power, and now you come the guide the door when they come inside to knock your wife. Princess told us the other day that in Nigeria now, there are people who have become so poor that now Okada rider, they knock teachers. And this is not even funny. Imagine the level of degradation, the level of brokenness that must have happened to somebody who is a teacher, a school teacher. That for them to be able to feed their children, including their husband, now to give Okada rider doggy. Because Okada rider will make money every day. And you hear that man that said, food of 1,000 naira can no longer feed them. So a teacher that has not been paid, months, years, even when she's paid, the money is already devalued. It has no real value. So at the end of the day, they ended up with what? Doing what they would never have imagined themselves. That is the consequences of a rotten economy. Are you with me? So men, so many of them are just dying silently. You get? I will just say, some of you have parents right now that your personal disappointment is that years ago, you believed that all of their investment on you was to prevent a time like this so that you can provide for them. You know, that's how we were raised, right? As a typical Nigerian and all that, right? Responsibility. Yeah, na me do they take care of everybody and all of that stuff. But once you lose that, you lose all your respect. Nobody even care you exist anymore. You know what I mean? But today, you cannot even care for yourself. Talk less of taking care of your parents. You know what your papa is going through in this economy. You know it. You know what everyone around you is going through. Men are dying. They are dying slowly. They have no money to take care of themselves. Okay? And women are turning to widows almost every minute in Nigeria. Like I said, nobody is paying attention to them. You see them everywhere. Daddy is dead. Say, Agiloshe, daddy. They have not been, it's not been feeling fine, for some time. This Nigeria stuff, especially when they demolished his house, or when they told him to retire, but they never paid him, and things were so really rough and all that. But he was trying to be fine, but suddenly they said he's sleeping, wake up. Why you go wake up? Now we have women who are turning to widows. Many of them at their young age. You have young men who are dying of what used to be called rich people's sickness, old people's sickness, hypertension, You go see somebody who is just 25. They say he get a BP problem. Say, eh? 25-year-old man. You have blood pressure, like she could be on your tissue. What are you thinking? What are you, I don't know. It's just all started when I started. Started what? Eh? Or more, 17-year-old boy is suicidal. They say, why are you suicidal? In this country, you have every support for anybody who are thinking suicidal. They want to kill themselves and all of that. And if it happens among children, they take it so serious. Like, what kind of mental health will make a child, a young boy or girl, want to kill herself or himself? Is it bullying? In this part of the world, but in Nigeria, Baba, you go see 17-year-old boy, 18-year-old boy, 16-year-old boy. They go see in this suicidal, in killing himself. Why? Because he no get money. What kind of economy will exist in this world that will make a 16-year-old so scared of life, so worried that he's going to be so poor, that he's so worried about money, he's so worried about a life that he has to kill himself inside Nigeria? And that's how you see so many of them. You go to hear Pablo this, Pablo. Now Yahoo boys, and they call Pablo. And then you see the elderly ones who are also the victims of a failed system. They will say, they are bringing back the money of our forefathers that they owe us for slave trade. Forgetting the fact that the reason why all of them are opting for crime is not because they enslaved your forefathers. It's not because they sold your forefathers. So many of you, your papa no be part of those they enslaved. Are you with me? Many of people in Nigeria today that you see today, their forefathers no belong to those they enslaved. Slavery was still so recent as about 200 years old. 1890, 1899. You were still seeing slavery here and there. They're not enslaved them, papa, but they are doing Yahoo, which is as a result of a failed country to survive. And then the older ones who are also victims are saying they carry our papa and our mama for slavery. You are not suffering in Nigeria today because they enslaved your parents. They enslaved your forefathers, as they would like to make you believe. You are suffering in Nigeria today, and it has become a generational suffering for 6 decades. 6 decades, 63 years. Because people will look like you, the people who dresses like you, those who even worship the same God as you, Allah and Jesus and this and that, those who actually speak the same and dresses like you and talk like you and eat the same food like you, they have been those who have been holding the chain of your enslavement and slavery. And a lot of you are comfortable with that by them blaming it on something else. The slavery of today might have connection to the slavery of yesterday, but you cannot blame it on the slavery of yesterday when you are willing slave of today for those who are not interested in making you feel like human, treat you like you are human. You are like an animal. You won't even treat an animal like the way they treat you. It is not the Onyibo that enslaved your father, that gave your rulers in Africa mirrors, gave them gin, gave them torchlight, flashlights, gave them a hair comb, gave them all this. What have you? No. They are not the people responsible for your suffering today. You are responsible for it, partly, or otherwise the two. You are. And if you don't see it that way, you will never be like those who actually sacrificed their lives to stop those physical slavery that you and the criminals in Nigeria are trying to make you believe is the reason why Nigeria is poor. Nigeria is not poor. because Nigeria was colonized alone. Nigeria is poor because the criminals who are running Nigeria are poor-minded people. And if you are poor-minded, selfish and greedy, you will run and make, what you have is going to be a country of poor people. And that's what you have. That's what you have. A country where education, healthcare have no real attention from these rogues. They are so selfish enough to get themselves all those things outside Nigeria. They get themselves the best healthcare. They get their children the best education outside Nigeria. They give nothing back, only just to come around and take it. And then they make you believe that one day, if you pray hard, if you work hard, maybe you self can have a life like them. No, you will not pray and work hard to get that. You will fight for it. Or else, just continue to pretend. You will cry for it. That one is 100% sure. And there is no way, plus or minus from it. One of the dumbest questions that Nigerians love to ask. What is the way out? Listen to me. Okay? When you hear anybody who is alive today or claim to be a Nigerian, and they start asking you, okay, so all of this, what should we do now? They don't mean anything. They are not interested in what should be done. They just want you to stop talking about all of this. I have been there. Give us solution. They are not interested in your solution. No. The same Olori Burukus. Tell them tomorrow that, this is your chance now. Come and change your destiny. Oh. Kick out all these criminals. Oh, take your PVC, take your this. Come and vote. Oh. They will do it again. Sure, you get? They will do it again. And they will tell you that their tribe is superior. Their religion is important to them. Their tribe is more important to them. And you cannot tell them what to do. They have their choice of making things. They know that Nigeria is the same. They will even tell you that other people you are talking about are not different from the ones that are making life hell for them. They will tell you that. Is it Atiku that is different? Is it Obi that is different? What can they do differently? We should even thank God that, it's Tinubu that has experience. If it is Obi now, everything would have been worse. Then they will ask you, okay. What is the solution then? Don't listen to them. They are not interested in your solution. They just want you to stop talking. And if possible, to start lying to them and tell them that everything is going to be fine. Oh, everything is going to be fine. We all need to come together and support Tinubu. We need to pray for our country. We also need to tell the world that our country is not what everybody is saying. They just want you to stop talking. And that is why when people ask what is the solution, I don't waste my time telling them what. It simply means they are either stupid, like originally born stupid. There are stupid people too. You get that? Like foolish people. Or they are just hypocrites. There is no living Nigerian that does not know the people behind the suffering you are facing in Nigeria today, whether they want to say it or they don't want to say it. There is nobody, no living Nigerian that doesn't know the source of your problems in Nigeria today. They may be making up different excuses here and there. Blame Igbo, blame Yoruba, blame Hausa, blame this, blame that, blame whatever you want to blame. Everybody knows the genesis and the source of your problems in Nigeria today. The people behind it. APC, Egbekegbe, in 2014, because they wanted power by all means. They went all over Africa and brought in terrorists. They went to the Arab world, Saudi Arabia and the rest of them to get funding for terrorism. terrorism to invade Nigeria. They confessed to it. The terrorists themselves said it. They brought us, they abandoned us. They told we worked for APC. Now they abandoned us. Fulani terrorists. They said they told them that they could come to Nigeria. They will be allocated lands. Now they are here. APC abandoned them. What did they want them to do? What did they want them to feed on? Where did they want them to go to? You all pretended that you didn't see that in here. If you are acting like you didn't know. They brought the terrorists to Nigeria. They didn't believe that Jonathan was going to hand over. Jonathan was going to concede defeat. It wasn't your vote. It wasn't your change. It wasn't their campaign that gave them the power. They were ready to destroy Nigeria because they were ready for war. And at the end of the day, probably it will lead there to a military coup, and Buhari will be ready then to be installed as your president. This might sound like a conspiracy theory. It is not. It actually happened. They confessed to it. El Rufai said when they came in, they went all over Africa to tell the Fulani terrorists that they can return to Nigeria now. Their brother is now in charge. There are videos to confirm this. I didn't make that up. The terrorists themselves, when they were asking for peace deal, those who were killing people in Zamfara, then APC abandoned them. What do they want them to do? They resorted into kidnapping people for ransom. APC brought terrorism to Nigeria, and they have no intention of ending it. No wonder they decided, remember, to start forgiving terrorists. Terrorists who are killing farmers, beheading farmers, taking over farms, including government-funded farms. And nothing is done than amnesty for the terrorists. In that same Nigeria, APC brought that upon you. And you shouldn't let anybody tell you otherwise. I know they do all the time. They tell you that make you believe that, So now everybody go collect. Everybody will collect it. And when it finally touches you, I think that is the point. That will be the moment. Yeah? That you will need to what? Stand up and fight for yourself. Nobody's coming to fight for you. Remember that. Eh? Like I said before, you see the energy he's using to throw stone at billboard, okay? I hope he will have the energy for another 8 years or 7.5 years. So the shege that you see today, I advise you to possibly begin to learn how you are going to cope in that. Tinubu and his gang, they have no intention of saving Nigeria. They are going to teach you how to get used to this new reality. And it's not going to be up to you. Sure you get how you are going to survive that. NLC says they still they are continuing their strike. ASUU says they are going to join them. What that simply means is that the economy of Nigeria is going to further grounded. And maybe just for another few days or maybe more. So if the NLC says they are now satisfied, they don't do what they want to do and they are okay now, ASUU will remind all of you that the school fees that some of you got, the school fees, the tuition increase, that has gotten many of you to make up your mind that that is you are done. They are likely going to double again. So make I tell you, part of what we saw when we went to when I tried to go to the future is that a lot of you in the public schools in Nigeria who used to hear about 1 million, 2 million school fees, which usually were for the private schools, okay? Now you are going to be paying that same money in the next 2 years, even though you probably will buy the lie of student loan and all that. That's up to you, you know. In the future, where I went and I came back from, you are going to buy a liter of petrol for over 1,500 naira. And that's going to be like half of Tinubu's period, okay? And you see that dollar, naira, dollar, pounds, dollar, yen, dollar, naira, dollar, naira, naira, dollar, naira, pounds, naira, yen, naira, rand, and all of that stuff. The one I saw from the future, is that you will be changing a dollar to Nigerian naira for over 2,000 naira. It's not because I wish it. I've told you this. They told you economic forces will determine all of these things. They are lying to you. There's no economic forces than these saboteurs, these criminals. So you see that 1 liter of petrol, you go buy them for 1,500 naira. Get ready. For the fact that you are buying a liter of diesel for 1,200 naira now per liter. So in the future, you'll be paying 2,500 naira per liter. So you should get used to that, okay? And there is still no electricity, right? Nigeria still never have electricity. In as at 2027, sure you get, it's not going to happen. Now, Nigeria still never have any refineries working. No new one, no old one working, nothing. In fact, from what I kind of found in the future as well, they will end up having to redesign your naira. Sure you get, they will redesign the naira. Redesigning the naira this time around is going to be redenominating the naira. Because around that time, to buy a bread, you may need a poly bag to carry the money. Yeah, you know, a loaf of bread that you are currently buying for 700 naira right now, or 500 naira. In the future, they are around 5,000 naira. Yeah, I saw it. Sure you get now. And you, if you like, sit down there, okay, and begin to type your usual nonsense. You this Mayegun, how can you be wishing it? I'm not wishing it on you. It is what I saw. And listen to me. It is even worse. I'm being generous here. By 2024, full-scale state capture, you go believe, say, this is just going to be a bad dream. Some said they are buying, you're buying spaghetti for 700 naira. About much now? It's going to be around 7,000 naira. Listen to this one, oh. In 2015, which was just 8 years ago, right? A dollar to naira in Nigeria was 145 naira. Today, a dollar to Nigerian naira is 1,040 naira. Before now, it got to 1,300 naira to a dollar. All right? This 8 years ago, imagine that difference, Abi. If anybody told you then that it's going to get to over 1,000 naira, would you believe them? You better begin to appreciate those of us that are gifted with, time travel. Time travel where you can sit and just go to the future. You see what was happening there and all of that stuff. See, this one is asking me, was Tinubu and Shitty Man still in charge of Nigeria in 2027? They are still in charge in 2027. In fact, at the C poster for 2027 website, they say straight to 2031. This shaggy go take on to 2031. That's what I saw. You understand now? Yeah, it is the future. You will never believe that. If anyone had told you that a bag of rice that you used to buy for 7,500 naira, 50 kg, 50 kilo of rice, kilogram of rice, kg, that you will buy it one day for 63,000 naira in Nigeria, 68,000 naira, sure you will believe it 8 years ago. Would you? If anyone told you that that's your school fees, in Unilagi, in OAU, in OOU, in UNN, in ABU, and all these places, the place you used to pay 1,000 naira school fees, your hostel rent, 2,000 naira. Now, you have to cough out hundreds of thousands of naira today for school fees alone. No. Would you believe that? Was that the change they promised you? It wasn't. So the same thing they are making you to believe today. They are working to make blah, blah. They are not working to make anything better in your lives. They are so happy that they are ruling the conquered people. Nigerians are conquered people. Yes. Me, I'm not conquered in Jesus' name. Oh, yeah. Go and change your own. Go into your own Nigeria and begin to buy a liter of a petrol for 20 naira. Abi? Go to that shop now, okay? With your 1,000 naira and buy your food stuff that will last you for the next 2 weeks. Go out there and do your own Nigeria. I will never be conquered in Jesus' name. Even Jesus, they feel sorry for you. To those of you who still believe in that. You see, those are the mentality that makes you feel like you are spared. Nobody is spared. You will get here. They will tell you and say, this, no matter how this country is bad, me and my family, we are going to always live better life in Jesus' name. When you finish deceiving yourself as a typical Nigerian, look around you and see those who said the same thing 8 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Are they still holding back? Abi Jesus don't disappoint them. Barakata Allah. Allah is the most provider in this economy. We trust in Allah. We trust in He's going to do this now. Trusting in Allah to pay school fees done they hard now. Jesus is there for me. Jesus is there for me. My God is a powerful God for me and all of that. Your business don't they try to fold up now? Are you going to blame Jesus now? Would you blame God? Are you going to say Allah is no longer listening to you? Are you not going to be blaspheming against that same your God? Are these criminals not going to eventually make you blaspheme against that same God? The same God that you believe is protecting you. Some people don't get money to feed. At least you are feeding. Your children are eating fine. Some people cannot afford the hospital bills. Oh, you are great. You have you have a family doctor that checks on you all the time. If they cannot handle it, you go abroad. So it's none of your business, Abi. What do you call it? Some people have no jobs, and because of that, look at their lives. You have jobs, or you see, you even they give people job. So now people will not get job, they should explain why they don't have job. Because you have so many jobs that you are giving people job. But today, you where they give people job. If like say soon, you self go to beg for job. You where they help people. Now you are now struggling. You where they pay school people who say children's school fees. See. Now you are beginning to cut down. And you're still not telling yourself the truth that it is not Jesus, it is not God that will save you from the criminals that are all out to take everything from you. In the future, you begin to ask God, God, why? God, why? Father Lord, I did everything right. I help people. I paid tithe. I sponsor people to this. I did it. I did it. God, why? Then you will begin to start blaspheming against God. Have you not thought about that? No? No? Jesus is not going to save you from a rotten economy that is intentional. Yes, you may just bungle it and just fight it here and there. But body go tell you now, right now, to those of you who have been living by the grace of God, how is everything? Baba, we are living by the grace of God, though. I mean, our customers are not even paying. You see, this country, Mayegun, this country is, but we thank God. Now, this country is going to make you begin to ask God, why? God, why me? Did I do anything? No, you didn't do anything wrong. Other than you felt like because you are not affected yet, you could use that your comfort zone to defend criminals. Give excuses for them. Speak grammar. Gaslight people. and make people's mind completely corroded while these criminals continue with their trade. Then when the consequences of that begin to pop back, you begin to ask God, why? God, why? Father Lord, I am your son. No, you are not a son. Okay, you are not. You are just a blasphemous deceiver. That time you go know say there is difference between God and Sky Daddy. The Sky Daddy, now the magician, the majority of Nigerians have created. Sky Daddy. See, Mayegun, the God that I serve, if the God that I serve is alive, you will see what will happen to you in 7 days. I say, Kilode, kini mo ṣe fún ẹ? Because I am talking about Tinubu. Now, the God that you serve will need to punish me. God, which kind of God do you serve, Baba? Mayegun, I know say you don't believe in Kiniko. I will tell you that nobody ever talked to me like that. You have been talking to anybody anyhow, Abi. I will let you know that the God that I serve, if I do 7 days prayer, 7 days fasting for you, you go see what will happen to your life. I mean, leave Tinubu alone now. Leave him alone now. And then you'll be like, your God is Sky Daddy, it's not God. It is a fraudulent makeup. The ones that you love to fight for. And when it is your turn, boxed to a corner, suffering and smiling, you want that God, magician, to come and fight for you. It doesn't work that way. Walk and pray is what the Bible says. Walk, pray. It didn't say pray and walk. Because some of you are not that smart. You want the easiest way out. You begin to scream. You gather small children. You teach them how to speak language they don't even understand. And you make them believe that their language and whatever nonsense is going to change the criminals. And when somebody says, no, it doesn't work that way, you turn on them and say, you will ask that God to touch them. Let me tell you, God is Sky Daddy. God is not a magician. Here you get. Because that God should be the God of mind, your brain, the one that you are still very much in control of. If you are not controlling your mind and you're waiting for a magician to come and do it for you, and then you want your magician God to deal with Mayegun for telling you the truth, for saying the truth. Mayegun, be careful. You're scary Sky Daddy. Somebody said, these people don't fear God. I mean, let us fear God now. And somebody said, why do you have to fear God? I say, because it's a God of fear. It's a God of this or that. I say, okay, how come your politicians don't fear him? And you are still so scared of that God. And you are expecting that God to come and destroy the criminals. But he never did. Which now puts to question your, what do you call it? Your makeup Sky Daddy, that the person you are calling to punish these criminals is actually Sky Daddy you are calling. It's not real God. Somebody said, but my God is not real. But calm down. I'm talking to people who have faith now. You no get anyway. You no get faith. I understand. Now people like you, they make them tell me, say, I no believe in God. I believe there is God. I have conscience that says there is. And it's just for me to make sure that to know what is right from what is wrong. If you do the right thing, right, you should know that what the consequence should be. If you do the wrong thing, you should know what the consequences will be. And sometimes you do the right thing, you get consequences that are meant for the, people who do wrong. But it doesn't really matter. God is there as your conscience to make you know that, number one, you are human. And as human, you must be humanly, you must be empathetic, you must be sympathetic. And that something is not happening to you, which means that even in the Bible, it says, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. The way I love myself, that I don't want harm to happen to me. The way I love myself, that I don't want to live in poverty. I should love those who are around me too. And they should love me too. That's why they say God is love. It doesn't destroy. It doesn't kill that way. But you criminals who are defenders of criminals, you have created a Sky Daddy. Anybody that is exposing your criminal leaders, you will call on your sky daddy to come and deal with them. And some of you as well on the other side, you have been made to believe that that same sky daddy, a magician sky daddy, is enough to fight for the poor. God loves the poor. I've never seen people who are so deluded, believing a lie in my entire life. When you see people who are deliberately made poor, telling you God loves them because God loves poor people, and they strongly believe in it that anybody that punishes poor people, Sky Daddy is coming to come and punish them, back for them. I have never seen people who are so deluded in my entire life as those who believe this. But fine, it is their belief, and it is not my own. It's not my own belief. But I can easily tell you that there is no Sky Daddy that is coming to destroy the criminals. You will destroy them yourselves. There is no magician God that is going to come and fight the fight for you. You would have to do it yourselves, or you perish. Unfortunately, it's not going to be one or two. It's going to be all of us. And that is why we are spending our time to remind everyone that, listen, faith is good. I love people who have faith that after they have figured out what they want to do and how to get what they want to get, their freedom, their liberty, and all of that, ready to stake their life on that as well. Then you pray. Say, Heavenly Father, please, I need your strength. I need your backing and safety in the name of your name, in the name of God. Or you say, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmid-Din. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina. You know all that story that you read and all of that. You say, Allah, I want you to please give me enough protection and support and all of that as I will pursue my liberty now. That is good. They said, walk and pray. Walk and pray. Not pray and walk. Don't put the cart before the horse. So, when you don't take offense like that, there is possibility that you have a clear eye to pursue what is yours than to be deluded with something else that will say you are conquered. So don't say you are not conquered. If your mindset is still like, why are you not coming out? Why is this one not coming out? Why are you not coming back to come and fight? No, nobody is coming back to fight for you. When you are ready, you will do. Because the future no smile. And whatever you are witnessing today, it is just the beginning. This is just the beginning or beginning or beginning. Whatever you want to see it as. If those who expected others to cry, hoping that by association they will be prevented from this calamity, a lot of you are learning now, Abi, that you are not going to be spared. Whether you are a Muslim or a Christian, Northerner or a Southerner, you are going to go to the same economy that these criminals are creating. They will be promising you. They will be promising and promising. Now, body could tell. Let me take calls. Not to make tonight more interesting, but I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea, okay? Now, when I get back, I'll take calls. So to those who are still here, right? Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Do it now if you haven't done that already, okay? Leave the comment section and like the video. When I get back, I'll take calls. It will be your turn to share your own rant. Don't go anywhere.
Buhari is a money prince.
What is the answer? Revolution is the answer.
On your pampas we shall stand.
Bola, on your pampas we shall shout. On your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas we shall be. Bro, sir, how are you?
Oh my goodness. My God. 2047, you already conclude. You just exactly what will happen.
Here we are.
That is what you said on 2027. Saturday election was an eye-opener on exactly what they will do coming 2027.
That's right.
Nobody should participate in that election. Nobody should participate in that election. There should be a unanimous, a unified agreement that nobody
should announce themselves. And then let's see what life looks like in an election that they conducted and nobody participated. They declare themselves. People should actually see what that feels like. If you are going to be comfortable to live with them. But no, everybody wants to try to challenge them. They have a strategy to defeat them.
No. Please. My ego.
Baba?
Last week, Baba, you were talking, and guess what? I almost want to cry for Nigeria. I almost want to cry. You are the best thing that has ever happened to this generation. People don't know. You are the best thing that's ever happened to this generation.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. There is no plan for the common man on the street.
No. They will be telling them, you get, they will be telling them, this government is going to, we are going to do, in fact, because this government is doing, but when you look at what they are really doing, Baba, you realize that there is absolutely nothing in that direction to help the country recover. No. And how do you then miraculously have a working country when there is no effort to actually recover, or there is no real investment in that economy? Everything is being taken out.
Yeah, nothing.
So people expect that there will just be road, there will just be electricity because they awarded the contract, because they announced that somebody is going to get the job. But at the end of the day, you're not going to get anything. Nothing.
Oh, my ego.
Tinubu
is going to collapse the government in any time soon. Oh, yes, he's going to do that. He will collapse the government, and even his own people will turn against him.
It is happening already.
Oh my goodness. Oh
lives will be lost. Imagine the lives that are already affected in the last 6 months alone. Some of them that are not really being tracked. Imagine what's going to happen in another 6 months. You see, next 6 months, right? People believe that they will have to pray for it to be better. And I'm saying, now, when you pray for something better and you see this guy is doing something wrong, how do you feel that your prayer is not answered, even though you know why, and you still want to pray for them? How does that work?
You cannot pray for a devil to change.
No.
How can you pray for a devil to change?
You have to force them and force them out. But no, people are not ready yet, they say.
No, the country just need to divide. That's just the truth. Oh, no. There's no other solution. It's just to divide the country.
Thank you so much, Baba. I'll take
leave you alone. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Nice one, Baba. So that's my first caller, but I do have another caller now, I believe. So, yeah. Hello there.
How are you going to be?
Yami, Baba. How you doing?
Scotland is Canada.
Scott to see. You have met us on this, so now the Cries woke me up today. I couldn't let go. I had to share that. Say,
everybody go chop breakfast.
Everybody already buy.
You know, and the way it will get to a time. I mean, the 1993 election, Ija Nigeria, when the mass is about ready, Ija Omada be Odini, Ija Odini. the people will take power into their own hands. So we'll get there. I mean, for me, it really means about, Baba being a pastor, and because Baba Jabba, Baba. So I want Jabby what ìjà Ọlọ́run ẹ filẹ̀ fọ́lọ́run kọ́lọ́run kó jà ìjà tiẹ̀. But this one on earth, ẹ̀yin lẹ láti jà. Same thing abroad here. People go on the streets. I understand the fear of gunshots, killing. But I think Ekona Luman lead here. If you look at all of these crises, all of these protests, Lagos is usually the leader. That's Lagos, right. Luma.
The people who usually organize protests in Nigeria are the ones in government, APC now. So you can tell why they are able to clamp on people, like crush any protest, crush them. Because they have always
yes, even friends that I know that were say Isaac, Scott, Tinubu, they will vote for him. Many of them right now are going to breakfast here. My phone me lost number, account number, phone over 250. 50 people asking for money. People asking for they can't even pay school fees. People. Somebody cannot even pay house rent. And house rent to 200,000 naira in a year. Everything. There was a place I bought. I bought a place. 2012. The land 2012.
Right.
I was told that even 2-bedroom now is about 550,000 money. Inside that bush that time 500,000 naira. So when you're not even paying teachers, so you are teachers that you are paying 50,000 naira every month. How would they even afford to? So the whole thing it will fight for itself. It's sad. Anytime we see all of this, because people don't deserve it with all of the resources, 44 natural resources. We are supposed to be inviting the Arabians here
to come to Nigeria and see what we can do for them.
Come and see what we can do for you. Yes, it's like you have money. You have all the things to make money. You are not calling me to come and help you again. When you have everything to make money, just make the refineries work. It's simple. It solves all of the problems. Ethiopians now just commissioned their dam. It was done by the people. It was even done by the people. It was done by the people. Now Ethiopia they are not even selling electricity even to other Africans because they have more than enough now.
Yes.
So electricity can be achieved in 3 years if we want to. We have everything. We have dam. We have water. Lagos is surrounded by water.
Even money to build all those are being used to buy more aircraft, buy yachts, buy cars, and build overinflated structures. Imagine building an office. Yes. They said they want to build an office complex. Inside the ASUU rock for 18 billion.
Today I was speaking with a friend. She makes at least like 5 million naira every month in Nigeria. I know. She's doing e-commerce business. Only a woman does generator at least 12 hours a day in Lagos.
Running his business.
So or to run the business. So if you're even in Lagos, the whole Lagos, the biggest capital,
commercial capital of
even get electricity. The slump everywhere. So and the people who are suffering too, who are living in the Lekki, where Idoti, where there's flood everywhere, you still act as if you are doing well. You are doing well in Nigeria. You are suffering and smiling. It's just sad.
So see your friend that is making 5 million a month. It will sound so good and great until the inflation will eat more than half of that. And gradually, person when they make 5 million, we begin to have most of them taken away from him, that he could barely actually keep 1 million of it to himself.
But even the police have turned to VIP escort toward the security agency. If you need police now, you just pay 20,000, 25,000 now. you have two police, 50,000. They will not be following you for a day. Just to be in your car to guide you.
Optic that you are protected.
Yes. Even the military now, they have now turned to VIP security services. So it's a money adventure. Everybody is just making money everywhere now. It's just if you can do the job, dirty job, illegal. But I've said to myself that God, anything that will make me to contribute to the worst, to make Nigeria bad again. Allah Jerry. Allah Jerry. Thank you very much for everything we have. I mean, thank you for this platform. I mean, it's really more people are joining now. I share it every time. I share with friends to keep listening. I think the numbers is getting higher now.
I mean, we are consistently holding a lot of people for a long time. I mean, we are just a small platform, to be honest, right? But we could hold up to 3,000, 4,000 people here for hours.
Exactly.
So I'm consistently.
And if you look at the contributions that is coming from Nigerians Nigerians all over the world, if you know the amount of money that is coming, that is what is just keeping the country right now.
Exactly.
I mean, I know how much. I know how much I send to Nigeria every month. Every month. It's not. I'm using it to build house. I'm using the money to buy. It's just to support, and you cannot look at them and not support them.
Would you want to see your family on the streets, homeless or something like that, or begging? Like it's impossible.
How can a 55-year-old man can't pay school fees of 50,000 naira? How can a 60-year-old man can't even pay rent of 100,000 naira a year?
And you think that's not a problem, a serious problem?
That's a big problem, problem. And you have the population, and you know the funny thing, the population is your power.
It should be.
Here in Canada now, we are looking for population. We don't even have the resources that Nigeria have. We are looking for population. The government is paying families now to give birth. Give more. We'll give you child support. We'll give you children support. We give them every year. You have 223 million. By 2030, Nigeria is estimated to be 300 million.
And there is no plan for them. On infrastructure, on electricity, on anything.
It means that if Lagos is blocked now, it means in the next 5 years, the hold up will be mad than what it is right now. Because the population will be more.
Explosive.
The population will be more. All the borders are open. It's just disaster. I don't know. The country just needs to split. There's no solution. The country just needs to split.
Thank you, Scotto.
Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you so much. You have take it easy too, okay? So that's a Scott from Canada. Now I have another caller too. Here, hello.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, sir. How you doing?
Yeah. Wow, tonight I think it's one of the best shows I ever had. I'm working tomorrow. I just couldn't leave.
Really? Well, good enough that you are part of it from the start then. So here we are.
Exactly. Oh, thank you so much. And I have a very short poem, dark poetry that I just wrote right now. As you were just saying all this thing, I was just crying. I say, okay, I just wrote this down. I just want to read it before I go and sleep, So,
all ears.
Okay. Go on. It goes like this. Oh, Nigeria, the great eagle that once feared God and do justice. Now your leadership across your territory failed. Looters reign with terrors in the chambers of justice, chanting the songs of your courts. Oh, the great Zuma Rock that stand looking over his capital. Arise and do justice. How can you give the chambers of justice to the fools to dictate? Oh, Nigeria, what has happened to you? Who has done this to you? I see now that you cannot fly high anymore. Oh, the great elephant of the Sahara. Who has done this to you? That the chicken around your borders who once fear you are now making mockery of you. They pass you by with pride because they saw you on the ground. Who is this that I'm seeing crawling on her knees instead of flying? Who hates you so much that they will climb at your back and brought you down to the mud, even to the valley where the rice and the ants dwells? Oh, the river Benue and river Niger combines that run into the Atlantic to boost. The ocean sway because of you. Arise, oh great eagle, and peck on your oppressors who loots you. So yeah, just just want to put that thing out.
That's some piece there. I mean, I decided to put the Nigeria's map and all that in between because that seems like something I could cut out for people to even share.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much. Oh my God! Brilliant. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yes. You stay safe, okay?
Yeah.
God bless you. That's a brilliant one. Oh. So, and for those who might want to actually have a copy of that, just remember that this video, starting from the 2 hours 19 minutes, and cut it to 2 hours 21 minutes, just 2 minutes of it, or about 2-3 minutes. You should have a copy of that. I'm going to do that one too. So I have a caller. Hello there.
Yeah, Mayegun, how are you?
Doctor Agbede. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. God bless you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
God bless you,
sir. And you too.
God has created you wonderfully. I'm telling you. And you have open eyes. So please, Mayegun, don't blame those people. No, these are not equal. God, some people, whatever they do, they will not hear anything at all. So don't blame them, please. God has created you wonderfully. So that's a kudos for you.
Thank you, sir. Doctor.
Yeah, so happy Tuesday. God bless you. Yes. Let's go to business. Now.
Yes, sir.
Now, about a few weeks ago, Remi Tinubu, that's Bola Tinubu's wife.
Yes, sir.
She came out to say that they inherited that word, inherited. Likewise, yesterday too, Nuru Ribadu, Tinubu's NSA was saying that they looted the treasury before. But the question is, me and you, Mayegun, and the Nigerian populace, we did not force them now. They forced themselves in. They forced themselves. So why are they lamenting now?
So why are they lamenting now? Or who are they complaining to? But they said they are not complaining. They are just telling people that, see, Nigeria and Akorofo, don't blame us. So.
No, they should not tell us. Because by doing so, it's like they're taking us for a ride. No, you said you can do the job. Emiloko said you can do the job.
That's
then,
right.
So we must not hear. God bless you.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen. You too.
So they should not be saying that at all. The treasury have been looted. No, nothing treasury again. No. We don't want to hear that at all.
Arrest them. If you know those who looted the treasury, stop telling us. Arrest them. Take the money back. Can't they?
God bless you. Meanwhile, concerning this CSU saga in the certificate saga and everything. Okay.
I was saying that I think that one is like, we are not hearing anything from FBI anymore. The story long.
No. Kudos go to FBI because they can't take bribe.
No, they
can't take bribe. Now, the message is that right now, all employers in America have been given memos instructing them that whomever has Nigerian citizen origin working with them should and must on the line. As a matter of a security concern, let them reapply for that particular job they are doing. So any question to this security concern should be directed to FBI 1-800-225-5324.
1-800-225. God bless you, sir.
5324. Yes.
5324.
Because even if only 2 Nigerian people remain after FBI might have done with their investigations, that would be betterment for the American people. Even if only 2 Nigerians remain after FBI might have done.
You or remain in America.
Remain in America. America. Yes. Yes.
There are so many
not me. Please, just call them. I'm not telling you, call them directly.
It's a figure of speech.
Yes, even if only 2 Nigerian people remain after FBI might have done with their investigation, that will betterment for the American people. So they should call them directly for that. They are doing the investigation because Tinubu cannot put Nigerian populace under a spell, and at the same time we wanted to put American people under spell. No.
It's impossible.
Yes,
Doctor,
it's possible.
So much, sir.
Yeah, so that's it. So that's the message. Thank you. God bless you.
All delivered. Good enough that doctor is coming out gradually. We are not getting classified that much again. So it means that all gloves are now off. Here is another caller. Hello there.
Hello, my ego Hana.
Adeo, Baba. How you doing?
Hey, my ego. This is a second time caller. I'm just going to keep announcing all the times that I call. This is Jimmy from Houston.
Jimmy from Houston. Please always kind of announce it. I love that. So you keep reminding me until I get very used to it. Second time caller, you say. How are you today?
Yes, Jimmy? Second. I'm good, my ego. I'm good. Please. So something crossed my mind, my ego, and I thought I'd just share this with everybody. Okay. Could it be that when Chief Tinubu handed over, there was an agreement with Buhari that if you come after me, I will set something up and there will be another coup?
Well, I am not going to doubt that your very, very strong and intelligent mind has suggested that, Baba. You will not be far from the truth, because this is it. Don't come after me. Even Jonathan, that wasn't considered powerful, made that same deal. Don't come after me. Okay? I'll give you everything, I'll give up the power and all that, right? But I am immune.
Correct.
So Tinubu and Buhari will actually have the similar agreement. So I agree. Continue, Baba.
Because there's something in the works. Right. Because I think he's so timid that he can't go back and say, okay, because he knows where the cause of the problem is. And if he can't go back and say, hey, you did this just like what you stated. Don't come after me. If you come after me, this will be the repercussions.
They may not even.
And as we know,
another coup, but it's just going to be like, hang on, Jimmy, have you even forgotten that Buhari said it publicly that as he is going, nobody should come after him if they don't want any problem. So why are you then thinking, could that be something? He said it publicly, so we should even work. Let's work with that. He said
it publicly,
or there will be problem.
He said it publicly, Marigo, and he also said it privately.
Yes.
Okay, so publicly is for the people that are not aware of that. Don't let anybody influence you to come for me. Okay, don't let anybody influence you to come for me, because I know you're going to be hearing it from different directions.
Things,
like, hey,
you're
going to see things, and people are going to try to poison your mind. But don't forget the private discussion that we have. If you come after me, these are consequences right here, and he's shown him. And me, I believe that even though Buhari is, they retired all those generals, right? There are still cells of army people that are there.
Well,
that are still loyal to him.
Have you forgotten that it was Buhari's government that forgave repentant terrorists and reabsorbed them into Nigerian army? And it is that army that Tinubu inherited right now. Even if he tried to change the head of that army many times, it doesn't have the army.
He doesn't have it, correct. So that's something to think about, because
you see that your hunch is very much
because
right now.
I was putting it together and I was like, hold up a second. There's got to be something more to this, because someone once told me, an old man once told me, when you say something, and I also learned this from you as well, you read it backwards and you get the real meaning.
Bless you.
When you say something, especially you, when you say something, or let's use Nigeria as an example. We all follow Nigeria, right? And this is things that you've already said, you've predicted, right? And it's kind of like you're reading it backwards.
Right.
And we're getting the full meaning of what's going on today.
Exactly. For those, even if you probably not so conscious of things, if they were explained enough that you will get it. It shouldn't be that hard. You know that?
Correct. So Mayegun, thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm going to drop here and let someone else call in, but I just want this to sink in everybody's head that there's something going on bigger than there's a bigger picture to this.
Great minds think alike, Baba. You remember when I said something about those who have the capacity to bring Tinubu's government down, either by a coup or organizing a massive national protest that can bring his government down? They are those who hold over 100 or almost 200 billion US dollars of Nigeria money under Buhari. And he knows that if he really wanted to save Nigerians, instead of crying to them, he will go after those people. But he also knows if he goes after them, they have enough.
He can't now.
He can't.
Yes, he can't. So this is someone that is desperate for power.
Yes.
So it's kind of like putting it in the pendulum. Do I go against them or do I lose power? He's weighing it on two hands.
What choice he's going to make? We all know.
Exactly.
He's never going to try anything.
Exactly.
To lose it.
Exactly.
Baba.
Thank
you very much.
Thank
Jimmy.
you. All right.
Then
all right.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Cheers, man.
You too.
Yes, sir. So that's Jimmy. And if you are still watching, okay, we currently have ourselves like over 2,000 of us who are left to participate in the calling part of this broadcast. Now, if you are still here, right, you should take a moment, especially on YouTube, like the broadcast. I mean, it won't cost you much, okay? Just leave the comment section, like it, and then come back to the comment section and continue your chats, okay? Here is my caller. Hello there.
One name.
One name. Osita. Is that you?
One name.
How are you, Baba?
You will always feel the atmosphere with truth.
Thank you.
You will always drop in the atmosphere truth.
Tell me about it. It's been a while. Where have you been? Like, you just kind of always disappear and reappear on us.
No, but for the past few days now, I've just been watching.
Just watching, okay?
There's something happened. Something even happened on Monday, on Sunday, Monday. I just feel like it's defeated. In the sense that when you see people who you started life with, just because of they've been successful to their own level, what they call success. And believe me, they forget where they were coming from. They don't even remember where they were. The journey so far, they don't remember at all. So at the end of the day, because it happens that these are people that we grew up together. Some are older than I do, some are younger than I do. But you know, what they keep thinking about, if you ask them about the situation of the country, and just because they think they've escaped and they are doing well in their different industries, or their different careers. And they said, oh, you guys are just making troubles. You guys are just making troubles.
Troublemakers.
You know, and I said to one of them, I said, if we're actually making troubles, what is the situation? I mean, what is the solution? You guys were the ones that asked us. So go and you ask people, go and get your PVC, register. But at the end of the day, they got their PVC, they registered, they voted, and they didn't count. And you think, when they ask you about where is Nigeria, because some of you live in Ikoyi, you live in Banana Island, you live in VI, you will call those three places. I mean, you will call such places Abuja. Even one of them made mention that, that I don't need a mopo when I stay in my house in Lagos. When I stay in my house in Abuja, when I stay in my house in Port Harcourt. But I was asking, and I asked him, what about when you go to your village?
Exactly.
And they said that is when you take mopo. I said, do you see that? What you have right around you is the spirit of oppression. You want to go down to that your village so that people will see you as one big man. Nobody can challenge you. Nobody can tell you that this thing you're doing is wrong. You know, so those things, they made me feel so bad. Even on Monday, I couldn't even go to work. I just sat down and I was thinking about everything that is happening.
I mean, the selfishness of the leaders themselves or the dealers themselves, can be seen in even the people. Everybody is trying to wait for their chance to oppress another. It's unfortunate.
Exactly. So I said to myself, is it that people are not humane or compassionate anymore when they see another person struggling? Even here in America where I am, there's some places I go to, I see people who don't have a house, they are sleeping. You have that in America, let me just tell you the truth. And you see people sleeping in garbage houses and garbage house. And I will stand and I'll ask myself, what is this government doing about all these things? So that is where we have gotten into that people don't even want to know what is wrong with my friend, what is wrong with the other person.
You know, being
Coming to the last,
or sympathetic, empath. You know, as
coming
humans,
to the
that
last
should come
caller.
naturally. By our people.
Coming to the last caller, what he was trying to say. But I want you to understand something that fella sang about. Said, overtake, don't overtake, overtake. Do you ever think corruption is going to prove corruption?
It's impossible.
I want people to understand that corruption prove corruption, or do you think any corrupt leader wants corruption to end with his own circle? Believe me, he has followers. He has those seeds that is breeding. And do you think? Look at what happened in this last week elections that they did. Some people were saying before then that especially in a place like Imo State where I come from, that Hope Uzodinma, because he didn't support Tinubu, that Tinubu is going to leave it. I said he will never do that.
No.
One thing I want people to understand: this is an institution. This is an institution, a corrupt institution that's been made, and institution is not made by one person.
No.
Institution is made by collective of people of same mind and same devilish idea.
That's right.
What is happening right now? Tinubu is just the emblem. Tinubu is just the emblem. This is a collective evil people.
The collection of evil people conglomerating.
Yes. Yes. So what you are seeing right now is beyond Tinubu. Even if he decides, I know he's a bigger criminal, but even if he decides that he wants to do something, I need you to go and watch all the mafia films that you can see. Those mafia films. Look at it. Whenever they have a change in leadership, it is when that leader is trying to do something that is a little bit on the good side, and they will come to him and tell him that you can't do that.
You can't, or they get rid of him and appointed another person.
Yes, as it is right now, the common agreement they had with the last generation is the same. Emilocon, after you, it is me.
The last administration, Tinubu, you mean? That's Buhari.
Yes, Buhari. What he has with him, the agreement is after you, it is me. And it's after Tinubu, it's another person's turn. When you look at the governors, when they are talking, they will tell you that this thing that was freely given to me, you cannot collect it. It means that it is their own turn too. So the pronunciation might be different, but the language, the pronunciation might be different, but the meaning is the same.
It's the same.
So I want to, so there's no mathematics on this. The truth, the reality is that corruption will never prove corruption.
Impossible.
And corruption will never give birth to something that has standard bearing.
No.
So I want us to understand, it is until we react. I am telling people, I am sorry. I have looked at Nigeria. There's no way you can get out of this mess. There's no way we can derive our objective except we react.
Yes.
Except we.
And it is not even a revolution or protest anymore. It is called rebellion.
It's not revolution or protest
make sure
anymore.
you protect yourselves.
What you will have in Nigeria that is going to change anything in Nigeria right now, it is when people give a tactical civil disturbance.
Disobedience, exactly.
Without it, there is nowhere, we're not going anywhere. I don't want us to be systematic about anything.
Yes.
I don't want us to beat around the bushes. I don't want us to have anything that has to do with the Maradonic movement or anything. It's a straight and direct thing. What they give you is what you have to give back
to them. Yes.
Thank
Stop
you,
deceiving yourself. Stop sugarcoating it. Stop hiding behind this. They are not hiding it. They are breaking the law. Break the law too. Okay. So if you don't have intention of breaking the law, stop talking about liberty or freeing yourself. That's it. Abi Osita.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you so much. That's our own man there, Osita. So I do have another caller thing here. Hello there.
My good general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
This is CA from Atlanta. It's been a while I called.
CA, I know. It's been a while, but I bet
from Atlanta.
You've always been trying, haven't you?
Yeah, sometimes I just sit back and let people call in.
How are you? Yeah. How is everyone, Baba?
We thank God. We thank God. It's the same old story, you know. The first time I got in touch with you,
I know.
When I started following you was years back. From the first day you talked, I knew we were on the same page. I've always had that belief from day one, far back, that the country is, the country is, in fact, we share the same ideology. The country is a mess, and it won't get better. So, but I don't know what gives people confidence and believe that, don't worry, it's going to get better. I look at people, I don't shake my head. Can't these people, can't they see? Are they blind? Are they there? I don't understand it. They still keep believing. Don't worry, one day, who knows, Nigeria will be great. It is that. I just look at them.
And then they will begin to ask you, myself, okay, what do you want us to do now? What do you want us to say? So you don't know what to do. Okay.
Sometimes I think I'm the one that's even a madman
now
for
you
thinking
get problem.
that
Exactly.
No
you
hope.
go sit down and be like, say, I be like, saying I may get problem. About you don't get problem.
Exactly.
All of us don't.
It's like I'm the one thinking. Maybe I'm the one taking it too far. Maybe what they are saying is even right. Maybe I'm the one that's just
overthinking.
Let me tell you one quick story. Back home, before I left Nigeria in 2011 to the US, I was doing a program in one of the big schools in the West, a very high program. And then we are one per room because of the kind of degree we are having then.
Right.
So they brought internet that time. Internet came, and you have to go to the reading room to access the internet. So some people develop a style, they pass wire to tap and connect to their tablet or laptop in their rooms.
Okay.
Then one day I asked my friend, and I told my friend, I said, this thing they are doing, can't they just give us Wi-Fi, internet, just give us password? You don't need to come there, you just plug in the password, the thing will start working automatically. You know what my friend told me? He said, go, Joe, you people say, you people are never grateful. They gave internet. Now, they're looking for Wi-Fi. And I said, I don't know how Nigerians think. It will be cheaper and easier on everybody.
You see, anything that will make it easier. You know, people, they make us believe that if we don't suffer for something, that they get value. That you have to suffer.
These are people are going to have. These are PhD students that should think differently.
Educated
we should be grateful. We should be grateful. That's what is wrong with Nigerians. That they put internet now. They're asking for Wi-Fi. I just said we are an institution. We are computer science department can do with that. All you need to do is just to have your password. You stay in your room. You don't need to come to downstairs. People that live in 2-story buildings to come downstairs with their tablet and laptop. It doesn't make sense. Stay in your room and do it. And I discovered that Nigerians are used to
the hardship.
Crumbs.
The hardship.
Yeah, when they give them crumbs, from the table, they rush it and they're happy.
Very happy.
And that is why a governor will build a 10-kilometer road and people will be clapping. Oh, that governor is the best. He built roads. Roads, for God's sake, roads. The governor built roads, and the governor is a performing governor. He's a performing governor. He built
the best performing in history. They will be saying it. They have title for them.
Oh, God. I beg, let me know. I stopped thinking about Nigeria because if you start thinking, I stopped thinking about it years back because you're just going to give yourself high blood pressure for nothing.
I know.
So I'm just here looking at them.
I know. Thank you so much.
You very much.
I mean, it's good to hear from you again, by the way. So thank you very much, sir. So that is a CA from Atlanta. The veterans here, Mayogus, they are the politicals, so people who have been around for a while. So it's up to us. You know, your choices, as they say, elections have consequences. Now, everybody will have his own share, but it's just unfortunate that even those who never really wanted this are also sharing in the, you know, in these consequences, unfortunately. Hello there.
Hey, Mario, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Jerry from Houston, Texas.
Hey, Jerry, from Houston. How are you today, Baba?
I'm okay.
Great.
Hey,
so,
I don't intend to take much of your time, but I got one question to ask. Okay. That we just want us to just respect.
Okay.
What is Femi Okolo Adesina? What is it?
Normally, in the pastor, but I cannot categorically tell you where he is right now, but I have an idea. Okay, I have an idea.
So what's the idea? What's the idea?
He's as useless as when he was still alive. So you shouldn't be asking for people like that. They are probably, you know. Bottom line, I don't know. That's it. He's meant to be in Modu or somewhere in Houston, around you there. His daughter is schooling around you in Houston. So he is likely around there or is in Modu. But to me...
So after he has lied to Nigerians for years and talked to Nigerians rudely, even during an interview, he might be watching a different screen, a different monitor, talking to people like you can't do anything.
I know.
And they ruined the country. He took his own share of the resources.
That we should choose between our life and our land. Remember?
Okay. So now he took his own share of Nigerian
resources,
whatever, from, and just run away and go to one country and establish himself.
That's it.
That's just what is that what all Nigerians just like everybody come, they loot all the spoil of the country and just go elsewhere and settle down. And just leave the country, whatever want to happen to it, let it happen.
That's it.
Well, I just have been thinking about that thing. I'm not sure where somebody, people say it's not in Nigeria.
You ask of, you know, you didn't ask of Garbage Shehu. Garbage Shehu is telling people that if not for Buhari, that Nigerians for don't they eat inside dustbin. That people don't appreciate Buhari. That Buhari's investment, they are still coming to manifest in Nigeria. Now, years to come, people will see Buhari's investment in Nigeria. I mean, could he ever get ridiculous or more ridiculous?
Yeah.
Fearness Adesina is a pastor in a Foursquare church in Nigeria. Sure, you get now. And now he's living with the people, right? And I want to tell you this for free. Just same way like Pastor Ruga, the Kenneth Shatabandu himself, that is, what do you call it? What's that his name again? Oshibaju. Right? Now, majority of them are living in the world they created. So we will wait on them to offer ideas of where Nigeria should be like in the coming days, because it could touch everybody. Don't joke.
After they ruin the country, what mouth and face will they use to come and preach salvation and preach healing and preach whatever things to their I'm talking about? I know all of them, as you say, both all of them, but the one of that Femi Okonu, or whatever you are calling, that man talk with so much rudeness.
Tell me
I don't know, like if I'm looking at him, I feel like there is so certain level of
He was the one who called Nigerians willing. Remember? It was the one who called Nigerians
exactly.
And at the time, they said everybody who was trying to say Buhari's incompetence, that they were enemies of Nigeria. They were those who actually divided Nigerians more to those who are against or who are in support, the Igbos, the Yorubas, that they, Femi Oponu Adesina, were those who escalated that. But where is he today? He's right there in one church preaching.
Instead of him to come to Nigeria and begin to make investments, begin to find a way to contribute to the resources and whatever they want to build, he has just metered his own plunge or whatever and just run away somewhere and go relax in some country. Well, my brother, that's just I just thought I should, because again, the same thing is repeating. Some group of people are now saying Tinubu is the best, Tinubu is the best. A lot of people saying leave him, he just saying he will do something, all that of them. We're sitting down here watching. I just
if it's the best, if it's not the best, we are seeing that now. You know, Jerry. Anyway, thank you so much, Baba. I'll leave you.
Yeah, I don't want to take much of your time. Like I'm just like, can people wonder what's happening to Femi? I mean, where is it? All the hunger he has put to people. But fine, because he's enjoying himself.
What you should even ask, Jerry, before you go, right? Jerry, you know what you should be asking is that what I would kind of love to ask if I was you, when I'm asking for Femi Adesina, is that I'm going to be like, where are those people that believed all of the lies of Femi Adesina when he was talking for Buhari? Where are those people today after hearing what Buhari did to Nigeria, including Femi himself? Where is he today after hearing that his Oga destroyed Nigeria, bankrupted Nigeria? Where are all of them today?
Femi didn't believe. Femi they know what they are working. All they're working is for their pockets. So Femi didn't believe. It was some gullible Nigerians that believed him. Femi never believed him. They are working together. They know what they are doing.
I know.
So
everybody knows what they are doing. Thank you.
God is going to judge them. Yeah, thanks, man.
Amen. No, thank you so much, sir. Okay, you have a wonderful week over there, and thank you so much for that contribution. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. If you join this broadcast midway, I advise you watch it from the start, okay? And if you joined us from the start, I also implore you to like the broadcast. If you haven't done that already, share it and even subscribe to my channel. It is so slow that I don't know what happened, right? I mean, you should just do your part and play your own part there, okay? So thank you so much. And there will be the cutout of the old clips for everyone tomorrow, which means that you can watch the replay in a shorter form from tomorrow. As for those who received the message, I mean, like when you finish listening, I pray that you listen to the message actually have an impact on you, impact on your thought process, impact on the way of how you indeed deal with the career criminals that they are trying to make you believe that they have something to offer. They don't. And whatever shege you are seeing today, I am not really happy to tell you, but it is just, you know what I mean? Like, it is just the start. In fact, it is just a play. The real shege is still coming. And if you want to learn how to cope with shege, even though this one is different and it's going to be very, very different, you might need a special skill to survive it. And then if you're a prayer warrior that believes that none of this is going to touch you, well, I would love to be like you if I was also trapped in Nigeria. It's no one thing. We all believe that. All of us know what they do. Whether you are defending these rogues, or you are one of the Yoruba Nazis, you get me? Everybody knows what they are doing. When you finish lying to yourselves, thinking you are lying to people, you will tell yourself the truth. And that moment of truth, when you come at it, trust me, there will be no amount of delusion and lies that is going to make you reject what should be done next. Because once you know better, you're going to do better, okay? Even if you don't want to. This corrupt system, the consequences of these greedy criminals, they will force you to do it. You have never witnessed what a state capture looks like, Abi. Here you are. You are welcome. So, how are you going to live through it? How are you going to kind of, what do you call it, pretend that it is not as bad as it is. That is left to be decided by the batches by batches of the shege they are going to release on you. And you can abuse me and say everything you want to say about Mayegun. But you know something? Mayegun will always be right. Absolutely. I will always be right about these guys. They will always prove me right. Think about this. For 8 years, some of you believed the criminals, and you spent your time to remind me that I will be arrested, I will be jailed, I will be killed, I will be this, I will be that, simply because I was telling you that these rogues are going to bankrupt Nigeria and make many of you more poorer. 8 years I did that. 8 solid years. It's not because I wished it on you. You watch them do that to you. Now, look at the stage you are today. If I tell you where they are taking you again, it's not because I don't wish that Nigeria actually work. Because it is because I can tell you free of charge that Nigeria is not going to work. They have no intention of making it work. No, there's no plan for it. And when there is no plan for it and you want it to be great and work, where is that going to be coming from? From your head. Now, when it doesn't happen, who do you blame? Yourself or your faith? So therefore, if they do it right, we can easily tell, oh, did you know that they did so and so? That's a very good thing. Oh, it's going to impact on this or that and that, right? It can be traced. Nobody can deny it. 8 years, the Buhari dins, the Buhari didn't, the Buhari denotus, the Buhari dijatus, the Buhari shukus, the ungoziaris, the uneka aris, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, and the humbled slaves. For 8 years, they were praying for a win. One single win that they could go and tell Mayegun, shame on you. See, we now have 24 hours electricity. Now look at it. We now have the best road networks in Nigeria, in Africa. Oh, look at it. We have the best and standard healthcare built by APC. Oh, look at Nigeria now. There is no terrorist anywhere anymore. Everybody is now going back to their normal lives. There's nobody currently in the captivity of kidnappers. They prayed for 8 years to have something to say to prove Mayegun wrong. For those 8 years, they found nothing. So if Mayegun is telling you something right now, I've always been right about these guys. And you don't have to believe me. I can always use your story. I can always use your story to teach others who are foolish, like some of their supporters, okay? I will use your story to tell others that if you don't listen to me, you will end up like them sooner or later. You know why? Yesterday's survivors in Nigeria, they are today's victims. You see, those who are today's survivors, we are all potential tomorrow's victims. So if it doesn't happen, and it is not happening, it will still happen. We are all disasters waiting to happen. So keep making those choices, and I will keep reminding you of their consequences. Have a wonderful evening, and possibly a wonderful week. Good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one.
ṣẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Mayegun Diary na you be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Mayegun Diary na you be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.